I made it to the finale of Milan Art Institute Outstanding Artist reality show. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther Franchuk and I'm a professional artist, traveler, creator, dreamer. And in today's vlog, I'm gonna be talking about my experience on being on the reality show Outstanding Artist Season 2. But before we dive into it, make sure to subscribe and hit notification bell so you will not miss any of my new videos. So back then I was traveling Mexico and Colombia and South America, living my traveling artist lifestyle to the max. And during that time I've been asked if I want to be part of the show, and I was already planning my trip to the States in the future, so I said yeah, why not. And I didn't think though that what kind of thing I'm getting myself into, because I haven't seen Milan family for a long time back then, and I guess more excited I was about just reconnecting again to them and to other artists and just experiencing this community and just working on some fun projects together. And I didn't quite thought of being on the reality show and being on competition, painting live and competing with all of these artists for the grand prize. Like, that was somehow outside of my brain when I went for it. And also back then in Mexico, like right before the show and all of this experience, I fall in love with Paul, who is now my husband. So as you can imagine, like my heart and my focus was in a completely different world, because it's my first love, it's my first kiss. It's just like all of this romantic story kind of unfolded during that time. And when I was on the show, that's where we started like talking and calling, and kind of like our long distance relationship started. So I was doing the challenges at day, and then we would call later on in the day, and yeah, I was just all in the butterfly world. It was just like all really interesting experience for me, but I did not expect it to be this serious competition. And I guess as I was moving through the challenges, it got more serious, and I realized at some point like, oh wow, that's like actual competition, and I'm actually really competitive. Like I work for deadlines and I work for time limits, and I'm just like, when I'm in my element and in painting. And what also you have to know is that like when you go through traditional art school, which I did back home in Ukraine, like art college from 15 years old, then art academy, and it's like you live for deadlines. Like it's just such a hard environment where like everyone is trying to just stay on track and make it like through the year, because you have all of these exams and all of these projects to present. So it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of deadlines and time limits. So it kind of reminded me of that time, but of course it was a lot more fun, and I had the best people around me, and I made one of the best friends that are still my really good friends up to this day. My roommate Sawyer is an amazing friend, and I'm really close to her these days. And it just like the show brought a lot of closer relationship with other artists, and a lot of inspiration, a lot of growth and new opportunities, and just also a lot of maturing. One of the most valuable lessons that I took from the show is that you have to be really responsible for your words and what you say out loud, what you put into this world when you speak. Because somehow I noticed that like when we say something, when we put something out in this world, we assume that people around us gonna like fully know our heart and fully know our intentions and where we are in life, why we say what we say, all of our deep feelings and emotions connected to it. But this is just not true, and you cannot expect other people to assume things that are inside of you when you're not communicating them properly. And I guess one of the most valuable lessons for me was just realizing the power of words and knowing that doesn't matter with which heart you said what, but if you say something that could have double meanings, or if you say something that is not truly communicates what you want to say, like it's could be perceived in so many different ways. And I guess like this whole experience just really revealed to me to the value of knowing the weight behind your words, and knowing that like you cannot just joke about something in the moment thinking that everyone would like understand the reference, or everyone would know that this is a joke or this is not, or this is like what's fun for you would not be fun for someone else in the moment. And I was I feel like during the show a lot into just like not really understanding the value of words, and I grew a lot through the season, and I grew even more watching the show afterwards and looking back on everything I said and how I said it. And it was just really eye-opening seeing like your own growth and the difference. And it's like a lot of like wishing you would do something different, but also just taking it as a tremendous lesson and opportunity for growth and maturing. Another really powerful thing was actually creating art and having those challenges that open up completely different like dimensions in your creativity. Again, like creating under pressure, but also creating with other people in the room, which is also like during any kind of competition or art school or anything like that, like you just surrounded with other people and you constantly close to them and to their creativity, and you see how much we have, all of us, like inside of us, and how differently we perceive things and how differently we deliver the message, how we communicate the same idea and the same challenge through our own lenses of our own life and experiences and our style and our imagination. So just like seeing how every single artist takes the same theme and just unfolds it in a different way, I feel like is so impactful for just your own growth, again, like and progress. For me personally, like in my creative process, it helped me to reach couple different breakthroughs. First one with the abstract challenge that I'm actually now coming back to, like recalling those memories and emotion in the mind and like what I felt creating the abstract art. And the theme of the challenge was like bringing forth the unseen, like bringing heaven to earth, like really taking something that doesn't exist yet and putting it on the canvas and creating something new and different and that doesn't exist in this dimension, but bringing it through color and idea and just like pure raw creativity into the canvas. And this was the abstract challenge, and I actually won that challenge. And now I'm coming back and to the same theme and to the same feelings and creating abstract art, and I'm finding myself more and more just myself and free and super excited and thrilled about the progress and about the final paintings and this whole journey a lot more as an artist that I used to, which is still like a fruit of being in the show and in this challenge. So I'm super grateful for that. And my other breakthrough was actually my previous series that I did, that started with that one painting that I did during the Legend Challenge that was about Ukraine, and it was like imagining yourself as a legend, and all of the Ukrainian theme and everything that I brought into the challenge and the story of that painting brought me a lot of healing that I didn't expect to happen and I wasn't looking for. I had a lot of hard relationship back then to my country, and I hold a lot of just bitterness and like a lot of bitterness towards like where I'm from. And it just like that painting unlocked all of this like beautiful aspects of my inheritance and where I'm coming from, and it helped me to heal in so many ways. And I also won that challenge, so it was also like really marking those important like milestones for me in my personal growth and in my growth as an artist. And after the challenge, when I came back to Europe, I created a whole series of Ukrainian women with wings that were like continuation of that one challenge. And it happened right before the war in Ukraine, so I felt like just creating this series from my heart and experiencing true healing with my nation, and also seeing its potential and its beauty helped me a lot to get through these times, and it gave me a lot of hope and a lot to look forward to, and it was just really impactful in so many ways. So this is just some of my personal highlights. Of course there were like so many more, because there's so many more moments that happened behind the scenes and were not even recorded in the show. There was a lot of like roller skating and making dinners together, talking in the pay show and like next to the pool with all of the artists, all of the different artists, and hearing all kinds of stories of how they end up where they end up, and like why they're doing what they're doing and how much they love what they're doing, was just really life-changing in many ways. This whole time was just surreal in so many ways, like falling in love, learning to live in the community again, and challenging yourself like to the max, challenge after challenge after challenge. As I said, like when I came there, I was just like so focused on like, okay, I'm in love and I just want to see everyone and have a good time and connect with other people. But then it was like stretching yourself with every challenge more and more, and you feel like, okay, I have to reach a breakthrough in every single challenge in order to push forward, in order to stay in the show. And then it's like in normal life you're just not having breakthroughs every single week, you know, and it was like in the show you gotta have breakthrough, you gotta push your limits again and again and again, to the point that you never really do it in your normal creative process. It's like breakthrough happens maybe every one and then like once a year, where like in your normal workflow. But during the show it was really intense growth and a lot of exploring what you're actually capable of, and this is what I'm really grateful for, because it was able to launch my art to a completely different dimension. And I wouldn't be today where I am if not for the show and all of these challenges and all of the people that talk into my life and also supported me with my dating and gave me a lot of good advices to move with my life, my art, my style and relationships. So it was really good in so many different ways that would not fit in this video, but I hope I gave you guys a little window into my world and what was going on in my life during the show. So if you guys are interested into watching the show, I will attach the link to the first episode in the description down below. And if you like my videos and what I'm doing, make sure to subscribe and hit notification bell so you will not miss any of the new vlogs. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.